You drilled for years, you activated when they called. You wore the same uniform as everyone else on that base, and then a letter from the VA came back saying you had not shown you meet the legal definition of a veteran. That one line stops thousands of Guard and Reserve members cold. It feels like the system saying, your service didn't count. It isn't. It's saying, your service wasn't proven the way this system demands, and a proof problem has a fix. So by the end of this video, you'll know why part-time service gets questioned, the one record that settles your veteran status, how the VA treats your full-time Guard and Reserve time, what happens when your records come up missing, and how to line up your split service so the rater never marks it unverified. Here's what's actually happening. The law that decides this, 38 U.S. Code, Section 101, 2, and 24, defines a veteran as someone who served in active military service, and it spells out which of your duty periods count as active duty, which count as active duty for training, and which don't. For a career active duty member, that question never comes up. For you, it's the whole ballgame. They have one unbroken stretch of service that speaks for itself. Yours is built from drill periods, training, and activations stitched together over years. And under Section 101, every segment carries its own legal weight. Some count as active duty, some as active duty for training, some don't count on their own at all. The VA is supposed to pull those periods from its own system, but that system often doesn't show everyone, especially your training time. So your history doesn't reach the rater as a clean timeline, and when pieces are missing, the file treats your qualifying service as unverified. Think of it this way: a career active duty record is one long contract, a single start and end date. Yours is a stack of short-term contracts. If even one is missing from the folder, the whole picture looks incomplete, even though every day of it was real. So you get ahead of it. Pull the one record that lays out every day of your duty history, your retirement point statement, and send it in with your claim. Remember that name. It gives the rater the timeline the VA's own system may not, so your veteran status is never in doubt. Here's a denial that hurts, because the claim feels airtight. You file for something like sleep apnea and tie it to a drill weekend. Maybe a buddy noticed you stopped breathing in the field. Maybe you hit the clinic that Saturday, and it comes back denied. The reason comes straight from the law. Under Section 101(24), your weekend drill counts as inactive duty training, and for that kind of duty, the law will only connect an injury, something that happened in a moment, or a sudden emergency like a heart attack or a stroke during the drill itself. What it won't connect is a long-term illness that slowly develops, like sleep apnea, high blood pressure, or diabetes. And this isn't the rater being harsh. The rater can't change the law. Tie a long-term illness to a weekend drill, and the rules force a no, even if everything else is perfect. Think of a warranty that covers accidents but not normal wear. File it under the part that doesn't cover wear, and you get a no every time. You didn't lose because the damage wasn't real. You lost because you filed it under the wrong coverage. So you point the claim at ground where the law can help you. A long-term illness can connect through your full-time service, a Title 10 activation, or a full-time training period, because the law covers those far more broadly. So you tie the illness to one of those windows and build your proof around the symptoms that first showed up or got worse during that time. Your timeline is solid, and then you get a notice that the VA can't find your service treatment records. This is where a lot of members quit, figuring their unit just lost the file. It isn't lost, and it isn't your fault. An active duty member usually has one base holding their file, shipped to one place at the end. You never had that. Your records sit in local armories, state offices, and different reserve commands, and every time you switched units or crossed between your state job and your federal job, a few pages could get left behind. For part-time service, missing records aren't rare, they're normal. Here's the part almost nobody tells you, and it works in your favor. When your records go missing through no fault of your own, the VA's job to help you gets bigger, not smaller. They have to keep looking until they find the records or prove they can't be found. You are not standing there alone. Think of a package sent to your old address. It's not lost. It's yours. It exists. It's just sitting somewhere. Nobody's checking. You don't hope it finds its way to you. You tell them exactly where to look, and it moves faster. So you point the search. Say whether you were guard or reserve, and name where your records should be, your state office, your reserve command, wherever your duty took you. You're not doing the VA's job. You're aiming it so the search lands on the right drawer the first time. Here's the last piece, and it quietly decides a lot of claims. You can have great medical records and a solid diagnosis and still lose if nothing ties them to a day you were actually on duty. They need an anchor. For an active duty member, symptoms fall inside one long stretch of service, so nobody questions the connection. Yours don't. Your life is mostly civilian days, with duty days scattered through the calendar, so proving a symptom showed up on a day that counts is the whole game. And one document draws that map. The same point statement that settled your status earlier, now doing a second job. It's the official record of every day you legally perform military duty. For the Army, it's the DA Form 5016, and every branch has its own version. Think of it as the master calendar of your service. A medical record with no duty date behind it is like a receipt with the date torn off. The purchase was real, but you can't prove when it happened. Put the date back on it, line it up against a day you were on duty, and it proves exactly what you need. So you anchor everything, pull your point statement, and lay your medical evidence against it. Every diagnosis, every symptom, matched to a verified day of duty. When the dates line up, you've handed the raider a clean match and taken the guesswork out of their hands. You don't have to hold all this in your head. We built you the duty day anchor, put in the periods you served and the conditions you're claiming, and it sorts what the law covers, matches each condition to a duty day, and hands you a checklist of exactly what to pull. It's built, it's waiting, it's yours. Use it. Before we close, nothing here is a promise of any particular rating. Every claim is different. What we give you is the cleanest way we know to execute. For Guard and Reserve, women veterans, step by step, or benefits news, subscribe to the channel that fits your fight. Once your point statement is working for you, your veteran status is settled, and the VA is pointed at your scattered records. You're past the starting line. Next up, the trap that catches more part-time members than any other. The difference between Title 10 and Title 32 orders, and how the wrong one can sink a claim you should have won. Unlock your file, claim your status,